feel bad for all the people who spent $10,000 on that stupid crystal hourglass bag. Like, can you imagine? And then them having to destroy it. Like, at the end of the day, they're the ones who are suffering. The people who work in the stores are suffering, they're suffering, and the only ones who are not really suffering is the people who are the sickos at the top who, like, caused this situation. They're the ones that need to be fired, and they're just not being fired. So, yeah, guys, you gotta really think about it in, like, the full picture. It's not just everybody in Balenciaga is evil, or all Balenciaga is evil, or everyone who wears Balenciaga is evil. They're not the ones who are evil. We've just been subjected to brainwashing, guys. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Jess. I've been thinking about making this video all day, which is why I'm wearing my pajamas. Had to kind of get my thoughts out there while they were fresh. I've really been trying to decide within myself whether I should destroy my Balenciaga items, because it did cross my mind, only because the holiday campaign, it's really, like, the ideas behind it have really like, I guess, made me upset, like, terrified me as well, like, kept me up at night. Like, I'm very sensitive to, I guess, really sinister and evil ideas. Even if I watch a gory movie or a murder film, it really stays with me. Like, I get nightmares from it. And the Balenciaga holiday campaign, when you look into it more, it really terrifies me. And especially this morning, I watched Purse on Fleek's kind of more deep dive into it. And just the ideas behind this campaign are just really horrifying. And so it's really hard for me to then have Balenciaga items, you know, because it kind of reminds me of those sinister ideas. I've kind of, like, did some research on YouTube, and I've noticed a lot of people sharing on TikTok, people burning their Balenciaga items. And I asked people that I know in real life whether they would burn their Balenciaga items or what they thought of the campaign, and I thought I might share it with you guys today, because I'm still trying to decide whether I should burn these items or what. And I know a lot of you will say, Jess, you should just burn your speed trainers or cut them up. Today I asked some people, yeah, whether they would, and some of the people I talked to didn't even know about the holiday campaign or anything like that. They thought I was talking about them cancelling Kanye and, or like, firing Kanye, because you know how Kanye used to be like an ambassador and now he's not. So a lot of people, I realize, in real life are not aware of the holiday campaign, maybe because they're just not into fashion, or they just don't know, and they just follow that. Like, the Balenciaga was like the biggest brand, like street brand, I would say, this whole year and last year. Like, it's very hard for people to not remember that or still be influenced by that, because the impact that they had on fashion was very significant. And for people to just completely shut that off or not still be in that fantasy, I think it's very hard for a lot of people. And anyways, I said to my friend, like, would you still buy Balenciaga? And they were like, I actually pre-ordered a bag, and I'm going to pick it up next week. And I was like, oh, really? And you're still happy to, like, buy it? And they're like, yeah, because I want to look cool. And I was like, okay. And there is a lot of people like that just still want to look cool, and the campaign does not bother them. They think, oh, you know, all brands are problematic, so this is just a little drama, and they're just going to keep buying Balenciaga. And yes, I guess all brands are problematic if you really think about it. I mean, if you think of Saint Laurent, for example, if you look at, you know, a comic book that he illustrated when he was still alive called Lulu, and one of my subscribers actually commented about this, which I thought was really interesting, because I did know about this comic book. It has these very warped ideas throughout it. He's illustrated, basically, guys, look it up, but it's like this comic book that he illustrated, and it's still published. You can actually still buy it, where it's like a girl and she, like, sacrifices little kids, and she's very sexual, and it's very weird, the ideas that he had, or that he was, I don't know if it's some sort of artistic statement, but Lulu is still very within the brand, like Saint Laurent. Like, you've got the Lulu bag, you've got the Lulu shoes. Hey guys, I just want to add that, sorry, I look like crap right now, but Lulu Della Falaise was Saint Laurent's muse, and she's an actual like model or something. So the Lulu bag and all that is not necessarily named after the comic book that Saint Laurent illustrated. However, it's still being published, so I don't really understand why that's the case. And shouldn't people be outraged at Saint Laurent as well? I don't know. There's a lot of Lulu all through Saint Laurent, and if you're kind of against those weird ideas that Saint Laurent might have had, then I mean, most people should be burning their Lulu bags as well. Like, all brands, like even Fendi, for example, like what they do with the fur, like, you know, a lot of people are against fur, and then the leather. Like, there's a lot of problematic things within brands, and if you're gonna burn Balenciaga, then there's, I mean, it's kind of hard to draw a line, right? That being said, I think we should stand up for children and things that are happening today. Saint Laurent has died. His ideas, like he's not alive anymore. Like, there's nothing, you know, we're not giving our money to him anymore. But the Balenciaga campaign is still a current situation. So I think for now, we shouldn't buy Balenciaga, obviously. But should we destroy the things that we have? I myself don't want to wear the things I have because they kind of disturb me. Like, this kind of scares me. I'm like, is this sending some sort of like message when I wear this? And is it like subliminal messaging? Because throughout a lot of their runways and like ad campaigns, there is subliminal messaging, which I wasn't aware of until you really look into it. And within high fashion, there is a lot of subliminal messaging which you may not be aware of. And just because you're buying it doesn't mean that you're evil. It just means that you're not aware of it. And I just think it's important that we just keep talking about this Balenciaga campaign, just to make you aware that you might be like within all fashion brands, you might be experiencing some subliminal messaging and not realizing it. And it's not just Balenciaga that is to blame. Like, there is a lot of wrongdoings in fashion, and especially there's people in power who can kind of just get away with these things. And I mean, I feel really sorry for everybody who works at Balenciaga, which I'm sure the majority of people who work at Balenciaga are not evil people or are not supporting Satan or these really twisted ideas. It's just the people who said yes to this photo shoot, or like were dumb enough to say yes and didn't realize how, like, what it was conveying. And maybe even Demna, you should fire him because he's the one who came up with the idea, or all those people who were involved in that photo shoot and, you know, a lot of other things like that, like the direction of the brand, they're the ones who should be fired and they should rebrand themselves. But like, a lot of people have said on my video as well that they're going to burn their, like, or like they're going to sell their Balenciaga city bag or motorcycle bag. And that was within the Ghesquière era, like Nicolas Ghesquière. So he's not necessarily like supportive of Satan or whatever. And Cristobal Balenciaga, I don't know if he was necessarily evil either. So should we just not, like, should we just destroy every Balenciaga item that ever existed? Or should we just destroy things from Demna's era? I don't know. But then I also asked another one of my friends this question today: would you destroy your items from Balenciaga? And they said that is ridiculous. Like, that is so spoiled to destroy something that is like $1,000. Like, there are people on the streets that would kill for a t-shirt or even a pair of shoes, and you are that privileged to just destroy something that is $1,000. Like, it's just like, they said they would personally just wear it in their house, or, you know, wear it, or like give it to somebody. Like, they wouldn't destroy it because that is so absolutely, like, you know, greedy to destroy something like that. And I kind of get that. I kind of agree to an extent that, like, just as destroying a designer item is also very wasteful because it is a usable object. But I don't necessarily want to go out and wear something that says Balenciaga anymore, given that Balenciaga have not really taken full accountability for this whole campaign. Like, they've basically said they're suing themselves, and their whole brand as a brand, they still have the same vibe to them. They haven't rebranded or anything. And it's sad that can you imagine working at Balenciaga right now, guys, and then having, like, people ask you, like, do you support Satan, or are you like a P word, or like, these people who work in the stores are the ones who are suffering the most, guys. Like, it's not the people, like, damn it, like, they're already rich. Like, they're not the ones who are suffering. It's everyone who was trying to earn the commission in the stores, all the people who work in Balenciaga who are probably thinking, oh, now I need to find a new job because the company is not, like, you know, taking action properly. Like, the longer that Balenciaga take to, like, I don't know, rebrand themselves or, like, fire everyone who was responsible, the longer everybody else is going to suffer and, like, going to have to try and find a new job. Because I'm telling you guys, every time I walk past a Balenciaga store, there's nobody in there, and I don't know what they're going to do. Like, they're just going to go out of business maybe? Like, I don't know. But at the same time, I still see people wearing Balenciaga, and I'd still talk to some of my friends who say they still want to buy Balenciaga because it looks cool. So I don't know, guys. And I did even hear one friend that they really wanted to buy a motorcycle bag for a while, and they were like, kind of like, oh, maybe I should buy one now because the resale value is going to be really low. And I'm just like, oh my god. But I mean, true, like, Balenciaga stuff is not going to be worth anything right now. So even if you want to sell it, I don't know, you may as well just donate it at this point. I don't know, guys. So, like, what am I going to do? I don't really know if, like, me chopping this up or burning it is going to do anything. I've already spent the money. I'm kind of, like, a bit, like scared of, like, the ideas behind Balenciaga right now. Like, that kind of conveys really disgusting imagery when I, like, look at these. Like, it's really kind of traumatized me, the ideas that they've been trying to subliminally message us over the past few years. But I also think that, like, I guess these shoes are really comfortable, so maybe, I don't know, maybe we should repurpose our items, guys. Like, maybe we should write, do not buy Balenciaga, to make a statement. Maybe we should just stick, like, I don't know, little patches over the brand so it's not advertising the brand anymore. Maybe we could just repurpose our items, because I don't want to be, like, chopping up my items and making you guys feel bad if you have Balenciaga items. And, you know, there are many people who are not rich, and they saved literally so much money to save up to buy, like, a little Kagol bag, and that's, like, their only designer bag, and now they feel like they have to destroy it. Like, that's really unfair to them, because they spent their money on it. I feel really bad for those people. I feel bad for all the people who spent $10,000 on that stupid crystal hourglass bag. Like, can you imagine? And then them having to destroy it. Like, at the end of the day, they're the ones who are suffering. The people who work in the stores are suffering, they're suffering, and the only ones who are not really suffering is the people who are the sickos at the top who, like, caused this situation. They're the ones that need to be fired, and they're just not being fired. So, yeah, guys, you gotta really think about it in, like, the full picture. It's not just everybody in Balenciaga is evil, or all Balenciaga is evil, or everyone who wears Balenciaga is evil. They're not the ones who are evil. We've just been subjected to brainwashing, guys. Like, that's the thing, and they're still wearable fashion items. I don't know. I don't think we should destroy them. I don't think you should buy Balenciaga anymore. I think you should put your money towards maybe something else, or just really think about all fashion brands. You know, I mean, me having all these Hermes bags is not necessarily, I don't think Hermes is the most ethical brand either. Like, I don't know, there's a lot of problems, like, with every brand. But with this current situation, just these ideas with the children, I mean, it is crossing a line there, so we need to address it, we need to keep talking about it, and we need to keep telling people where, like, maybe not to support, like, you shouldn't really support the brand if it's still in this era. It's just disgusting. But, like, you know, if you have already bought the items, like, I don't know, I feel bad that you have to destroy them now. Like, you should, I don't know, because I have, like, 2 jeans, and I just don't even like the jeans because I bought them on sale, so I think I'm going to donate those jeans. And I also have a Balenciaga t-shirt, which I think I'm just going to wear to bed. But these speed trainers, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. Maybe I should just patch over the Balenciaga, I don't know. But they are really comfortable, so I don't know, maybe I should sell them. But yeah, I don't know, guys. I actually still don't know if I should, because also they scare me. Like, the ideas behind the whole campaign scare me. So, yeah, let me know. Do you think, are you going to destroy your Balenciaga items? Or do you know a lot of people who are just oblivious to this whole thing and just don't care? And how do you think Balenciaga is going to do after this? Like, do you think they are gonna rebrand, or do you think that we're just going to continue to witness the nightmare of Balenciaga? Like, I don't know. So yeah, anyway, I kind of blabbed on about that right now. I don't know if that makes sense, but thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you on my next one. Bye!